Howdy ho, golf lovers. Shawn Clement here from the Richmond Hill Golf Learning Center. And today, we're going to pursue a really worthwhile cause. And that cause is awareness in your swing versus you thinking about what positions you think you need to be in order to have success in this game. So let's just put it this way. Right now, anything you do is fine. It's just fine. It is what it is. So what we're going to be aware of is what it is, all right? So you get on the driving range all by yourself. Nobody's watching you, right? There's no pressure. Everything's fine. You just do what you do. And this is the perfect setting, if you allow it to, the perfect setting for you to learn properly and to get into the positions that you need to be in order to perform the way you want to perform, okay? So, without further ado, the first thing that we're going to be talking about today is an addendum to the grip. So if we look at grip pressure at address, boy, oh boy, is this critical, okay? Now, many of you have heard, you got to hold it like a bird. Or you got to hold it like a tube of toothpaste with the cap off and don't lose any toothpaste. Well, sorry, that's not about swinging the golf club. We need to make this club a part of us. Like when you get into your car, you become the car. Self-to, or your instincts, right? And I'm quoting from a marvelous book called The Inner Game of Tennis and The Inner Game Playing the Game, all right? Wonderful author, Tim Galway, right? So you need to get that book first and foremost, and you've heard me talk about this before. So the grip, when I hold this club, I want to make this club a part of me. And I want to make it a part of me in a dynamic setting. You got to go to your perpetual motion drill. So you swing the club back and through without stopping. And you feel what is the grip pressure and I need to have so that my fingers are not moving on the club, my club is not falling out of position, my hands are not prying apart, any of that stuff. So I need to feel that my hands can stay on the club back and through without moving whatsoever. Even into the finish, I see a lot of you doing this in the finish position, and you've completely let that club go. So that's the pressure you should have when you're at address, especially if you need to have the right distance between you and the golf ball. Right, Peter? Peter knows who he is. So I take my grip, I take my posture. Now the arms and the club are hanging from my shoulders, right? They're hanging in front of me. They're not hanging into me. And I am not reaching for the ball where I feel like the muscles of my shoulders are active. So now I can truly get the right distance between myself and the ball. There it is. Now because my grip is secure and the club is a part of me, when I swing the club back and through in my elephant walk, so going back to timing and tempo update and bilateral golf swing videos, when I'm swinging the club back and through without stopping, feeling that nice bilateral motion, my club is not falling out of my grip. I go to the ball. It feels like I'm already swinging back and through without stopping. Whoa, does that feel good? That felt like the club and the arms were one unit, right? Extremely important. If you're, so many of you I see, the thumb is relaxed too much. It's even off the club at address. I can see how your grip is already falling apart as you're going into your backswing. This is a major short circuit. That means you got broken bones going on here. Broken bones and the thing's falling apart. You ever see a skier when he, in slow motion, you see that bone break, or a football player? There's no way they can perform with that broken bone. It's the same thing here. If your grip's falling apart, is you got broken bones going on. We don't want that, okay? So, last little tidbit of awareness. For those of you As an example, because I am my own greatest example for certain things in this game, for most things actually, when I swing the club back and I'm coming across the top, I used to do this in a very emphatic way when I was younger. It's become less and less as we've gone on. And what's sealing the deal for me, what's making it right on, is my awareness as to how the pressure feels in my hands at the top of the swing. When I'm swinging back and through without stopping, it's so much fun when I look at myself on camera like that because I'm always on plane. Really cool stuff. So then when I get to the ball and I look at my swing, I see that it's coming across the line at the top. And I'm thinking, well, how do I not do that? And I know a lot of you are thinking the same thing for many aspects of the swing. So in this marvelous book called The Inner Game, right? Playing the game, Tim talks about the awareness of the racket. I'm doing the same thing for the golf club here. I said, well, where do you feel it is when I'm swinging back and through? Right? I feel like it's... And then as soon as I got my awareness there, I felt, wow, it feels like it's cradled right inside that index finger here at the top of the swing. And my thumb is just a little security measure, but I don't really feel it a lot on my thumb. So if I come across the top, all of a sudden now my thumb has all the pressure, right? So if I go to the top of the swing and I'm over here, now I feel the pressure coming out of the index and it's moving to the thumb. So as long as I feel, I'm aware that the pressure is always against the index finger, then I know that I'm holding that position properly, and I have much less of a modification to make on the way down. It's less reliant on timing, and it's just one of those, perfecting aspects of my golf swing. So now when I get into my swing, I'm just going to feel that the pressure is staying just inside that index finger and not on the thumb. You can see that I'm not coming across the top of the swing there. Then when I go to the ball, yep, I feel like I'm already in motion. Feels like the index has the support at the top of the swing. I'm just aware of that. And boom, I'm just allowing. So whatever result happens, as long as I'm just aware of that, okay? And we'll keep doing examples like this as we go along for certain aspects of your swing, and that should really help you out this year, okay? Looking forward to the next one. Talk to you soon.